Hey my loves, welcome back. I know I've been MIA from this channel, also my beauty channel as well, but I've been meaning to do this video for like about a long time ago because as you guys can see from the title, your girl is pregnant. Yes, it's so unreal, but yes, it feels so good to sit here and announce it publicly to you guys that yes, I am pregnant. I feel a little sucky about this because I kept telling myself that I wanted to document, you know, every week by week and, you know, show the growth of my stomach and talk about my symptoms, because as I was going through all this stuff, I also was telling myself, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't remember experience any of this during my first pregnancy, although my first pregnancy was 8 years ago. Yes, my daughter would be 8 this year. That was 8 years ago. So it's so much jibber jabber and stuff that's going on that I can think about, but it's just like, that was 8 years ago. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm pregnant again after 8 years ago with baby number 2. So much has changed. My body has changed so much from the last pregnancy that I can't even sit here and laugh and tell you guys how much has changed. So I'm gonna try my best to tell you guys, to kind of like go back a little bit on the symptoms and stuff that I felt. If you guys want to hear more about my actual pregnancy story and how I found out I was pregnant and all this other stuff, check out the link down at the bottom. Also, it's going to be on my main channel because I felt like that channel needs a little bit something. And then on this video that we're going to just go through the symptoms of each week of what I felt during my pregnancy, and I'm just going to share them with you. Hopefully I can relate to someone, and hopefully you guys can calm my nerves down and tell me like, girl, you okay? It's normal, okay? So let's go back and rewind it all the way to when I found out I was pregnant, and I was roughly about 5 weeks pregnant, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the day that I personally found out that I was pregnant, I took a pregnancy test, 2 of them at the time. It was June 25th. It was the actual first day that I took the first pregnancy test, and I took the second one the day after that. So I was roughly about 5 weeks. The calculation kind of threw me off on how to fully understand it, but I guess you go off of your last period that you had, and that's basically 2 weeks already on top of that, and then you start adding the actual weeks of being pregnant. Because from my understanding, I was like, I'm only like 4 weeks pregnant, but I think I was 5 or 6 weeks pregnant. We're gonna say 6 weeks pregnant. I think I was 6 weeks pregnant when I found out. The calculation still throws me off, but we're gonna say I was 6 weeks pregnant when I found out. I think I want to say 5 weeks. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, we're gonna just rewind to that. I did remember to write some of the symptoms down in my phone. So let's get right into it. So when I found out, I kind of actually started to notice a little bit of my body changing, my emotions change, like the symptoms and stuff like that. The first thing I noticed is that I had a little bit of an odd craving, was Pepsi. I don't like Pepsi soda. I do not. My favorite soda is Sprite, but I was craving Pepsi like non-stop. Like I was like, I want a Pepsi. Like I was drinking like a Pepsi soda like almost every day. And this is before I actually knew that I was pregnant. So I'm just giving you guys a transition of that week. So I was craving a Pepsi soda like all the time. My appetite, sadly or oddly, kind of like disappeared. So I wasn't really eating. And this is also the same month in the week and stuff that I was also doing like my fitness and stuff like that. So I felt like maybe my body was transitioning and changing because I was working out, eating right, but I didn't have an appetite. And you guys, I was losing weight. I was finally losing them pounds, them inches. I was so happy. I was seeing some progress in my body, but I was craving Pepsi. I was like, it's okay to treat myself with Pepsi, but I really didn't have an appetite. I felt like I probably ate like twice a day, but I felt like everything I would eat, I felt bloated. Like I felt like I ate like a Thanksgiving dinner 2 rounds. You know, I just felt so bloated. So I was like, you know what, I don't know what's going on. But during that same week, that's when I also found out I was pregnant. So that kind of like transitioned and processed everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I was pregnant. So those are all the symptoms that I remember being 5 weeks pregnant. So we're going to fast forward to 6 week pregnancy, my symptoms and stuff like that. This is when I started to document stuff like that. My breast, oh my gosh, my breast. Now, I know some people when they start their period, they do get sore breasts, but for me, the only symptom I get when I'm on my period or when I'm about to start is the cramping. My abdominal is like so freaking sore. I get the 2 weeks pre-cramps. That's what I call them. Is when my body starts to actually pretend that it's on the period, but it's not period. It's like a visible period. Like I'm getting the cramping and stuff like that, and it's like my body telling me, hey girl, I'll be here in 2 weeks. Hey, you know. I'm just like, look here, Aunt Flo. I'm like, I'm not ready to see you and stuff like that. But that's how my body like kind of like warns me. And then when I have like 1 more week left before my period's about to start, then that's when I get the pre-spotting, is what I call it. And it don't happen every day, but every now and then I see like a little light shade of pink of a spot, like, hey, give you another heads up, girl, I will be there in 1 more week. And then, you know, after that, then my menstrual comes and stuff like that. But it's just weird because I didn't feel any of that, you know. So those are only symptoms and stuff that I get when I start my period. So for the sore boobs, I know some people are like, oh, well, that's just a sign that your period's about to come. I've never experienced that. So that was something totally new. But when I mean my boobs were sore in week 6, I wanted to take my boobs off and throw them far across the damn world. My boobs ached. I mean, they ached so bad to the point that it was hard for me to wash them when I was in the shower. That they were so sore. Like even if I touched them, it was sore. Like I immediately couldn't wear a bra. Like I already knew at this time that I was pregnant. And I knew, I was like, oh my gosh, my boobs hurt so much to the point that wearing a freaking wire bra hurted so bad. So I immediately bought me sports bras. I was like, sports bras is what it is. Because of course I did some research and stuff like that. And this was also different this time around. Technology wasn't a big thing 8 years ago when you were pregnant. Like even books back then wasn't even that knowledgeable and stuff like that. But now these time of days, we got apps, we got Google, YouTube, like we got so much research this time around. So this time around, my pregnancy, I have to say, is very, very helpful and stuff like that. Another sign for 6 week pregnant, I used the bathroom a lot. Like I was already experiencing that a lot. I was using the bathroom clockwork like every hour. I was not ready for that. I don't remember experiencing that during the first pregnancy with my daughter. So this was something new. The sore breast was something new. Also bloating, feeling gassy was something new this time around. And mood swings. Y'all, let me tell you, homegirl, me, my mood, my attitude was just like out of control. Like I'm a Cancer. I'm a really big, you know, zodiac sign believer. So Cancers, if you guys know the zodiac sign Cancer, we are already an emotional creature by itself. Plus I'm a female, so that already makes it double emotional. So being that I'm already, like my zodiac sign is already an emotional creature. I'm a female, so I'm already an emotional creature. And you just walked by my video, homie! And I'm pregnant on top of all 2 of those things. I was just a hot mess when it came to my mood swings, my emotions. I just couldn't control it. Honestly, I still can't really control them now, but I was really a hot mess with week 6. So this was all something new to me. It was just a hot mess. Moving on. So 7 weeks pregnant. At this time, I remember feeling very nauseous a lot. I felt very faintish. I think that's the word. Like you felt like you was gonna pass out. Like I felt, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. When I tell you, I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I am not a nap person. I repeat, I am not a nap person, but I felt so exhausted and I always felt nauseous. Again, at this time of this week, I still didn't really have an appetite. I kind of wasn't really craving anything as well. I still had the frequent urination as well. Tender boobs was still there. It wasn't as bad as it was in week 6, but my boobs and everything was still sore. Craving, didn't really feel anything, but what I was experiencing is this pelvic pain. Like I was kind of like scared because I know when you feel pelvic pain, it's kind of like a same symptom as having a miscarriage. So that was kind of scary and kind of new to me, trying to figure out like, okay, is this a good sign of the pregnancy or is this a bad sign of the pregnancy? Like that was something new, but it kind of felt like how you feel when you get ready to start your period. For me, that's how it felt like, but it just it wasn't that intense. But it hurted, okay, low-key, it hurted. I was just like, I was scared and nervous because I'm like, okay, are these okay cramps or like are bad cramps, you know? But that was something I had to get used to. And this is when I was like, okay, I need to start vlogging these symptoms and moments because I know there's someone out there who's probably lost and clueless like me and just wondering, all these things that they're feeling is okay. So sorry, better late than never, but here we are. Hope you guys can relate to this, and hope these symptoms that I've experienced help you guys out, stuff like that. But that was pretty much everything that I can remember that I was experiencing for week 7. Week 8 was pretty much the same, and I think this is also the first, I think also this was actually the first time I had my actual ultrasound appointment. I had a doctor's appointment before that, but this was like the actual first ultrasound appointment. And I'm going to insert pictures so you guys can see the little peanut of mine.
Is that the heartbeat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
But this was like the first time that I actually seen little baby Peanut. Oh my God, it was so cute. And that's when like the first stage of when it kicked me that I am like literally like pregnant. So my mom and of course Robert was there to experience that. And then hearing the baby's heartbeat for the first time, let me tell you guys, that is the most beautiful sound ever, to hear your baby's heartbeat for the first time. And just to know that everything was okay, like I didn't have any bad experience and stuff like that, because you guys already knew that I was scared from my first pregnancy with my daughter being high risk and stuff like that. So I was scared for them to be like, yeah, your cervix is open, you gotta get a surgery, stuff like that. But everything was good so far. I'm very blessed and thankful, but I was nervous. But hearing that heartbeat, it was just like music to my soul. Like it really felt good knowing that I'm having like a life being created in me. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like an odd feeling. I can't really express more, but it was just a blessing. I'm just genuinely very happy about that. So now we're at 9 weeks pregnant. My symptoms and stuff this time around is pretty much still the same. This is when I started to experience me being out of breath a lot more often. Like it still hasn't got any better, I'm still like that. But this is when I started to experience me being very winded. The nauseous stuff was kind of somewhat there. I haven't physically vomited yet, but I felt like I was going to vomit. Frequent urination, of course, was still there. I think that was it. Oh no, this is when heartburn started to kick in. Oh my gosh, I don't remember experiencing heartburn this time so soon in my pregnancy. With Lyric, I think I started to feel that towards the middle. When they say, the baby's hair is getting ready to grow, if you get heartburn like crazy, that means the baby's going to have a lot of hair. But I don't remember experiencing heartburn so soon. And it ain't no way in hell the baby hair is grown, because the baby at this time was not even fully developed to even have an actual full-on round head to start having hair to grow on top of that. But at this time, I was just like, whoa, like, I was already having heartburn issues even before I got pregnant, so I knew that was kind of going to be an issue during the pregnancy, but I didn't think it was going to be this soon. So of course, this was something that I did have to read about to figure out, like, is this normal? Is this okay? And of course, everything was normal, but heartburn, y'all, was not good. And I think another reason why I was experiencing heartburn is because I wasn't really eating that much. And you can get heartburn from not eating frequently. You can get heartburn from eating too much. You can get heartburn from eating the wrong type of foods. And you can get heartburn because you're pregnant. So it was just a lot of like reasons on why I was experiencing heartburn. I think for sure it's because I wasn't eating that much, but I didn't have an appetite. So every time I would eat something, it felt like I was already, full and bloated for the day. So my appetite still wasn't the same. I was having weird cravings at this time too. I was craving like Mexican style type of food. So like beans and rice, tostadas, burritos, anything Mexican related, I was having a taste bud for. So I was kind of thinking that I was going to have like a little salsa, like a little Puerto Rican baby in me. Because I was like, why am I craving Mexican food? Because that's not really like my type of food that I like. So kind of weird. So I knew it had to do with the baby and everything like that. But that was week 9. Now moving on to week 10. I was still feeling a little bit of like abdominal pain during this time. It wasn't as intense as it was when I was at 7 weeks. So it wasn't that bad. It was starting to get better. I honestly started to experience some spotting at this time. This is where I started to get nervous, because I'm like, why am I spotting? I automatically started to think of the first pregnancy with Lyric, you know, me spotting 3 times, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, my cervix open. Now I gotta go get this super duper major surgery and stuff like that. But it wasn't that, and I did do more research. People said it was normal. This was nothing to be scared about, and that it was, you know, just a regular symptom of the pregnancy. But it wasn't like it's kind of TMI, but this is a pregnancy damn video, so I'm gonna be up close in person with you guys. But it wasn't red and it wasn't pink. It was like a really rusty brownish red color, like almost fully brown. It was a very nasty color. But I did look up the symptom of the color, and it was saying it was a good and bad thing. The good thing is saying that it was like getting rid of all the like the bad stuff and bad like old up dried blood out of your body. And then the bad thing, it was saying something about it could be another sign of a miscarriage. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, on panic mode. I'm like, look, Lord, you know, bless me with this blessing. Please don't take this away from me. Like, I'm like, no, don't do this. I was really nervous. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was also thinking, being that I had so much problem during my first pregnancy, I wasn't working. And at this time I am working, so I'm like, okay, am I doing too much at work? Am I doing too much lifting and stuff like that? And it was just a lot going on in my head. But I remember that was like the #1 thing I was feeling. And plus I was feeling abdominal pain on top of spotting. Like my brain was just thinking all kind of crazy stuff. Brain was still on deck. Constipation started to kick in because I wasn't really having an appetite. So constipation was in full effect. Like boo-boo in action was not here for your girl for a few days. It really did suck because I was trying to think of natural things to actual take, because you know, being pregnant, you really cannot take any type of medicine because it can affect the baby, you know. So it's kind of like you're like somewhat handicapped, and pretty much you got to do everything basically natural. So I did get this. My coworker of mine did purchase this tea for me. I don't have it with me, but if I can find it or insert the name, I will insert it somewhere. But I highly recommend, if you guys are having constipation problems, this is the best natural way to go with it. It is a tea. And baby honey, let me tell you, now you're not going to be flowing like, you know, go chasing waterfalls flowing, but it is going to, you know, slowly get your body back into producing them things down there. But it did work, and I don't like the taste of the tea, but it did do what it was supposed to do. So I did take that for about 3 days, and then my body started to, you know, go back to normal and started doing what it was supposed to do on its own. So that was pretty much for week 10 that I can remember. Trying to see if I forgot anything. Everything was still the same. Cravings, Mexican food, no appetite, pretty much the same. 11 weeks pregnant. It was pretty much the same as 10 weeks. Nothing really like drastically changed or anything like that. The constipation got better, kind of actually went away. I still was experiencing heartburn, which is not as bad. The cramping did go away, so I didn't have that. The spotting did slowly go away after that. My appetite was slowly coming back. I was still very tired. Like I had no type of energy. That's why I wasn't able to make any type of videos. Like I kept mentally telling myself to do one, and I wanted to, you know, share my symptoms and stuff and all that with you guys, but I just didn't have any energy to do so. So like the moment I got home, I was like on the couch potato, laying down. If I'm not laying down, I was, I don't know, sleep, whatever. But like I had no energy to do anything, no house chores, no cooking, nothing. Like I was just not myself at all. 12 weeks pregnant. This is where all the fun really started to kick in. This is when I started to get my random cravings and stuff like that. I didn't have like a certain craving except cereal. I remember eating cereal nonstop, super duper crazy. Like it could have been any type of cereal. It wasn't like a certain flavor. I was eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. I would just cereal. It was so good, you guys. I don't know why. I'm not really a big cereal person, you know, outside of the pregnancy. So again, this was another pregnancy symptom, but I just wanted cereal nonstop. That was like the only thing I was craving. My appetite was coming back, but it was only craving cereal. I was still feeling exhausted. Heartburn kind of slowly went away. And then I did started to experience spotting again, and was made me nervous because I'm like, I didn't have it last week. Why did it come back? And this time it got so bad too. I remember one particular day, it was full on red, and then it kind of faded into a pink. And then when I seen those two transition colors like switch up on me from it being brownish to like red and pink, I was like, okay, something is totally going on. I got so scared to the point that I did end up making an appointment with my OBGYN doctor just to make sure that everything was okay. And I'm not gonna lie, what kind of sort of ticked me off about this place is that they didn't really check anything but the baby's heartbeat, just check to see if the baby was still actually, you know, alive by checking the heartbeat. It didn't give me an actual ultrasound just to make sure everything was actually physically, you know, okay, by seeing that everything was okay. Because I have a Doppler thing, whatever it's called, so I checked the baby's heartbeat my damn self. So I didn't have to wait for the doctor's appointment for them to sit there and do the same thing that I could have done at home. Like, I really thought they was going to actually do a physical ultrasound to where they're able to see what is actually going on in my stomach, to make sure, you know, being my little paranoid self, I'm always thinking everything crazy. I'm like, is the umbilical cord wrapped around the baby's neck? Is the amniotic fluid like leaking, whatever? Is it low? Like, why am I bleeding? Why am I spotting? But she basically said that everything was okay. And that I had my first appointment with my high-risk doctor that same week. She pretty much told me just to wait it out and just, you know, if anything does get worse by then, if I start to spot a lot more, or if the color starts to get a lot more darker, of course, go to the emergency room and stuff like that. And she said, but pretty much that everything that I was experiencing was normal and that it was okay. And when I see my high-risk doctor, just tell them everything that's going on, and they would pretty much clarify everything from that day. So a few days fast forward, I went to the high-risk doctor for the first time. Of course, it's a different one compared to my first one with my daughter, because that was 8 years ago. But me and Robert went, and they asked a couple of questions, you know, of our history of our family, basically of any symptoms, sickness and stuff like that. During this doctor visit, they did show us the ultrasound of the baby, and you know, it was a big difference seeing it from the first time, because I was only, what, 7-8 weeks at that time. So of course, this time the baby is starting to actually look like a baby, like it was not fully all the way developed, but you know, you can see the head, you can see the arms, you can see the legs. And a little funny thing about this, because she took pictures and everything of the baby, but she actually was trying to get like a moving like video so that I could take home and everything, but the baby would not budge. Like, she kept like tapping my stomach with the little heartbeat reader thing, ultrasound thingy. And I kid you guys not, that baby was so stubborn. It was like on mad chill. It was in this position with the legs cocked up, like, hey lady, like, I'm asleep, like, chill. So at that moment, I'm like, okay, this must be a boy or either a stubborn ass little girl. But I'm not gonna lie, the figure of the body and everything, I'm gonna insert a picture, you guys can pretty much see it. I think it is a boy. It has my boyfriend's head shape. That's why it's called Peanut. Yes, that's why we call him Peanut, because my boyfriend has, you guys see Robert's head, he got like a peanut shaped head. So this kid has the perfect size of a peanut shaped head. So I have a feeling it's gonna look like him. And it has the perfect peanut head. You can see the structure of the body. It has its dad's long bird legs already. The stomach and everything. It was cute. I see the whole body structure. It looks like dad, like all the way. Like, I feel like I have nothing to do with this kid. I'm just carrying it, but I feel like it's gonna come out looking like him 100%. All right, so 14 weeks, we're almost caught all the way up. 14 weeks pregnant. I didn't really have any symptoms that I kind of like really noticed that was like, oh, this is different. I was craving mad hard like soul food. Of course, I got that. I was craving some greens, some candy yams, some homemade mac and cheese. I wanted some barbecue, which I did get. Thank you. It was bomb. Let me tell you, I was so bomb. It was so bomb, but I was craving for the longest, for that whole entire week. Like, I wanted some southern good cooking soul food. That was the only thing that I can think that I was like a weird like pregnancy symptom. I don't remember anything else around that time. All right, so now we're all caught up to where I'm actually am now today, which is 15 weeks. So I'm 15 weeks pregnant. I think I'm actually 15 weeks and 4 days pregnant. So I'm not quite 16 weeks, so we're just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna stop at 15 weeks. So the symptoms and stuff that I have for 15 weeks, shortness of breath is like hitting me hardcore. Shortness of breath is like really bad. Like, I could just walk from the couch and back over here, and it would sound like that I ran a marathon. Like, it's just like completely awful. Another thing, I feel like why I'm having so much shortness of breath, I have a stuffy nose. Like, I'll wake up or even throughout the day, it's just my nose would just feel like it's just stuffy with just like boogies, and it's just like, why? Like, I'm not sick or anything, but I just like, I have stuffy nose, and I'm constantly always blowing my nose. And I've also noticed, a little bit TMI, but it's the truth, I've also noticed that my my mucus is a lot, I see a lot of like blood and stuff in it. Looked it up, it's another one of the pregnancy symptoms, so it's okay, it's normal, it's nothing to be like discouraged about. But that's something I noticed. Oh my gosh, I was so like short breath. It is so funny. What is another thing? Oh, the most important thing, I honestly felt like I was feeling this 13 weeks pregnant, but I wasn't 100% sure. But once you have had a baby before, you kind of know what baby movements feel like. And I'm not talking about like the full on, this is the elbow, oh that was the baby's feet, oh that was the baby's head. I'm not feeling full on that, but I do feel like little quivers, like little shakes of the baby moving. And like I said, I think I was feeling that at 13 weeks. I wasn't 100% sure, but most definitely I am feeling it now. It's not all day, every day I'm feeling the baby movement. It's just like it's not even like every day I feel the baby move, but like it's like once in a blue moon. Like throughout the week I'm like, wait, that was totally the baby. Like, I remember one night me and Robert were talking. I was laying down on the bed and he was talking to me, and I was just like, shh, shh, shh. He was like, what are you? I was like, shh. Like, I was on my left side laying down, you know, to the side, and I kid you guys not, I don't know if I think I had Kool-Aid that night. We had went out to a soul food restaurant, and I think I had like 2 cups of Kool-Aid, so I don't know if my baby was on a sugar high, but I legit was feeling the baby move like non-stop, like as if I was already like 6 months pregnant. And I was just like, babe, I'm like, this baby is moving like non-stop. Like, I don't know if it's dancing or whatever, but it's like it's moving a lot. And he was just like, is like, can I feel it? I'm like, you're not gonna be able to feel it. I was like, because it's not big enough for you to feel it. Because like right now, the size of the baby, I read it's like the size of an apple now. So it's still not that big, but an apple is pretty a good decent size for, you know, something in you to be moving around. So it's just, I don't know what it was that night, but it was moving nonstop. So, but like every now and then I can feel like a quick little quiver, and then I won't feel nothing again throughout that day, or maybe in the next 2 days. But it's just weird. I constantly check the baby's heartbeat on the little Doppler thingy. So it's just weird. Like, I think the pregnancy is starting to slowly hit me because I'm starting to feel a little bit of the movement. But I think once Robert is able to be fully connected and actually feel, you know, the movement of his, you know, first child and everything like that, like I think that's when it's going to really hit and connect both of us and just be like really amazed. Like even when Lyric's experiencing this, her being able to feel like her little brother or little sister moving around, like I feel like that's going to be such a beautiful thing for all of us. Like it's just, I'm so excited. I can't wait for that moment to happen for us. Like I'm just so happy. Like I really am, you guys. I'm out of breath, but I'm happy. That's pretty much it that I can think of since we're all caught up. So I am going to come back every week now and give you guys an update and, you know, give you my symptoms and cravings, and of course a belly shot. But also you guys get like one-on-one like vlogs and stuff with me as well. So I'm bringing the vlogs back on the channel. I'm not gonna be doing videos like this all the time. I am bringing the vlogs, so check out the vlogs. They coming at you real soon, so y'all be able to see what your girl I'm about to do. I'm gonna see if I can try to get back into the gym because I have not been working out since I found out I was pregnant, because I was kind of like cautious and wanted to wait and see for first trimester to be over with, so I wouldn't have a pre-scare or a miscarriage or anything like that. So now that I know that everything is going pretty much good, I'm going to do like a light workout, try to include that, because I do see that my body is gaining weight very quickly this time around, more faster than usual. And I kind of already was going to expect that, being that I wasn't at a good size before I even got pregnant. Like when I first got pregnant, I think I was like at 180. That is the heaviest I have ever been in life. I think the heaviest I was when I was pregnant with Lyric, like the last week of pregnancy, I think I was like 156. So I'm bigger than what I was when I was, you know, originally pregnant with Lyric. So this is a lot of weight on me. So it's a lot of different symptoms. I'm a lot older. My metabolism is a lot different and slower. So a lot has changed and stuff like that. So I do want to see if I'm able to do some sort of like a workout routine with this pregnancy. But if I do anything that stuff like that, I of course will keep you guys updated. Rather if it's me doing like a weekly update on the pregnancy, or I'm doing like a actual vlog and stuff like that. But I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I pretty much gave you guys details week by week of what everything that I was pretty much going through. We're all caught up. Showed you guys pictures. So the only thing left, I know you guys are like anxious to see, is an actual belly shot. So I am going to show you guys that. And like I said, I'm way more bigger than I was with my first pregnancy, but you do show quicker during your second pregnancy. And being that I was not at my good weight to start off with, so I'm already like showing very quickly, which is okay. What else? I think that's it. If you guys of course have any questions, any concerns, I can always answer them in my next video. You can leave them down at the bottom, but I will show you guys my belly now. All right, so this is what the belly looked like from the front, full on round. As you guys can see, I do have on a belly band right now underneath this dress just to help support the belly and stuff, and it makes it a lot more comfortable with my clothes and stuff. But this is what it looks like from the front. Woo! It's not all the way around, but it's like almost all the way around. And this is what it looks like from the side. Look at that. It's not all the way around, like it's still, you know, kind of soft, so it's not all the way like hard and firm and stuff yet. So it has that pregnancy look, but then again it has like, I don't know if she ate like a really good meal look. So it's like an in-between size of the belly, which this is like the size that I like really hate about. But yeah, that's the belly, y'all. Some of y'all might be like, girl, you full on round, I don't know what you're talking about, but for me, I feel like it's not all the way pregnancy round yet. But yeah, y'all, that's what your girl's stomach is looking like. All right, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, leave them down at the bottom. I kind of want to play this little game with you guys. I want to see how good you guys can predict on what I'm going to be having. I actually have a doctor visit next week, and I don't know if they're going to fully be able to share the gender of the baby. It depends on if the baby participates and keep the legs open and stuff like that. But if everything goes well, then they'll be able to tell me the gender of the baby. So I want you guys to predict and kind of guess what I am having. So leave them down the bottom if you guys think I'm going to be having a boy or a girl, of course. And no, don't be guessing no twins. There's only one baby in here for sure. So don't be like, you having both. No, it's either one or the other. No twins. Just one baby in here baking at the moment. Yeah, like I said, I'll come back next week, and I don't know if I will reveal the gender next week. I might keep it a surprise for a little bit longer, but I do or would like for you guys to participate and like share your prediction on what I'm going to be having. I don't really have like a particular sex that I want. Like, I'd be happy with either or, a boy or a girl, just as long as the baby is healthy, of course. I think Robert feels the same way. Lyric, of course, she wants a sister, but she gonna get whatever the Lord blesses with and keep it pushing. But that's pretty much it. Guess I see you guys next week, or in a vlog, or in an update. We don't know, but thank you guys all for watching, and I appreciate all the sweet comments that I'm going to be receiving, because I know that's what I got supporting me behind this channel. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.